Impressive, Snake.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the 21st of July, 2025. Bit of a change from Outrun today. It's Resident Evil 3. We didn't really get much poles apart there, could we? But yes, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on the PlayStation 1. I love this series on the PS1, and I think I think 3 was probably the pinnacle for me. I think that it was the most fun one, I think, for me. I love the original one, and I really enjoyed Resi 2, but Resident Evil 3 for me was great fun. All because of that big gentleman standing there, the Nemesis. Yes, and yes, he had a real bone to pick with STARS members. He had some sort of weird fetish. I mean, he did wear a big leather coat and all that stuff. And just muttered the one word, STARS. You knew you were in for a bit of a ride at that point, but I digress. Another in the entry of the Resident Evil series, and this became very popular, actually. The whole series has become really popular, more lately because of, obviously, Resident Evil 7 and 8, I believe. I think Resident Evil 4 took a different direction to the rest, so we had Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, and then there was some others on, I think, Revelation or Revelation. I can't even speak. Revelation 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 2. Code Veronica was on the Dreamcast initially and made its way over to the GameCube. The GameCube then had a remake of Resident Evil 1, and then it got Resident Evil 2 and 3 as well. But the PlayStation is where I originally played Resi 3, and I think it was great. There's one Resident Evil I've not played yet, Resident Evil 0. Now here's the thing, I used to have Resident Evil 0 on my GameCube. I think I loaded it up, and then I, for some reason, turned it off and never turned it back on again. Not the GameCube, but the game. I'm not sure why. So I will be going through 0 because it's a prequel to the Resident Evil series at some point. Now, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that's tuned in to the Outrun review. It's probably one of the quickest rising numbers that I've ever had on the channel for views, and I really, really appreciate each and every one of you for popping along, dropping a comment. Amazing. I didn't realise, but one of my most viewed videos was actually, I think, Gauntlet on the NES. It's got over 6,000 views now, and that blew me away when it was actually my son that told me about it yesterday. I think Outrun is now like 1,500 views, which is mental considering it's only put up a couple of days ago. So yeah, massive thanks to you all. Really appreciate you taking your time out to come and view the video that I put up for Outrun. Really good to engage with you guys in the comments. So please, if you've got any memories here from Resi 3, pop them in the comments. We're going to have a chat about it anyway. We're going to review the game shortly. This is the intro, so no real need to be worrying about what I'm saying. And just remember, if you do like my content, to like, share, and subscribe, and click that little notification bell so you don't miss any future reviews. So I thank you all very, very much. But here we are. This is now in-game. Right. Cool. What an entrance. Right, so I start with a machine gun. I think that's because I've started it on easy, and there we go. Oh, no, he's biting my legs. I mean, quite honestly, not really zombie hunting kit, is it, what she's wearing? But hey-ho. But this is good fun. This is a good fun. So you start with an automatic rifle, which is quite nice. And it runs from percentage. You'll see what I mean in a bit. Those zombies over the wall just checking me out. Visually, quite striking game already. I do like this game. This was a fun one. I did really enjoy this one. I've completed all the Resident Evil games up until I think 4 was when I actually stopped playing them. But I mean, maybe I need to look at 4. A lot of people have a lot of positive things to say about 4, so maybe that's something I need to look at in the future. And I'm getting, oh no, they're coming in. They're enclosing me in. No. There we go. And now I'm safe. Am I safe? No, they're still coming. Great. Okay. So each Resident Evil game has got better graphically as we've gone along in the series. Resident Evil 3 is no exception to that rule, as you can see. You get these little sort of little bits and pieces as we go that fill in the blanks of the story, and that's quite cool. We all like that. So if you're a Resident Evil fan, I want to hear from you in the comments. What was your favourite Resident Evil game and why? Did you play Resi 3? Was this one of your top Resident Evil games? It certainly was for me, as I've already told you. So yeah, this guy's a bit of a bellend. He has a bit of a panic attack, and I think he's going to go and lock himself away in a minute.
I'm sorry about your daughter, but there isn't going to be any rescue.
Sorry, I've just taken a drink. If that was a weird noise that you just heard then, it was just a bit of a... It's where the bubbles came out of my flask. I've got a flask of water here. Keep myself hydrated while I review. Anyway, but graphically, it's really nice. Look at the backgrounds and things that we've got there. We've got oil cans and things like that stacked up. We've got a oh, he's going in there. Look, great place. I mean, safe as houses if you like, but there's no zombies within the warehouse anyway, I don't think. But we're gonna have a little look around in a sec and see where we go. So you can't get him out of there, by the way, so don't try. So you need to find your way out. So the first thing we need to do is find a key. Now, it's always worth looking around, so we're going to have a little investigate round. The only problem I have with these games is I tend to find all the same places I've already been, which I think this is going to lead back to the truck. Yes, it is. So there's no point in me going over. So we'll go the opposite way, see if there's anything over here. There is... there's a little... Nothing useful. Great. So that was a good waste of time. Anyway... It's always worth checking because you never know if you might find herbs, you might find first aid sprays. There's something there, I think. There we go. First aid spray. There you go. That's what I was talking about. So you can see I've got 89% ammunition left in my automatic rifle. So you can interact with most things on the screen that you see. There's normally text explaining if you can or can't see anything. It'll tell you if there's nothing there. So we're going to go up. The controls, as always, are well, they've got a mind of their own half the time, especially when you start running. But never mind. So I think this is if I remember rightly, this is a safe room, and this is where you can save your game and all that jazz. Oh, there's a sparkly thing there. I'm guessing that's going to be the key. Yes, it is. So you've got puzzles to solve. It's the same as when at the end of the Resident Evil game. You need keys for certain doors, emblems for certain things, and blah 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 blah. You know the drill. If you've played a Resident Evil game, you know exactly what to expect. And this one's no different, really. So we'll take the gunpowder and we'll take the other gunpowder because there's two there, which is lovely. But yeah, graphically it's really quite nice. Animations, as usual, are top notch. But you know, Capcom. Great job, as always. Now, these chests here you can deposit items into or take items out. See there, we've got a Magnum with 24 bullets in it. Well, there's 24 bullets, and then there's 6 in the chamber. So we want to drop in the game instructions. We don't really need those, but it gives you them if you need them. That's a pretty cool feature. I like that. Got a reloading tool. Right. So let's go on an adventure. So now we've got the key, we should be able to leave the warehouse. Always good fun. Now these doors are really clever little loading screens. If you hadn't figured that one out, every time you go into a different area, it loads that area in. It uses the doors as like a loading interim, which works quite nicely. But everything's really smooth, really nice and smooth. You can see how nice the animations are. With is it Jill we're playing as here? I can't remember if it's Jill. I think it is Jill. Pretty sure. Or is it Claire? No, I'm pretty sure it's Jill Valentine this time round. Anyway, I'm sure somebody in the comments will correct me if I'm wrong. So there. Zombies are always present by their squelching sounds, as they always had in the previous games. They are not exactly hard to miss. You can hear them moaning and groaning. There's a lot more background noise on this game. So that ever-present zombie moaning is in the background, which is quite unnerving. But it really adds to the atmosphere of the game. So let's talk about sound while we're here. So you've got a lot of different sound effects. You've got atmospherics in the background. Like I said, you can hear zombies and things moaning. It doesn't necessarily mean there are any there. But it keeps you on your toes in case there are. Now, you will find zombies all over the place. Now, I think if you start on normal difficulty or hard, you don't start with the AR. I think that's the thing that you get on easy. Oh, I just legged it, and we're going to blow these mothers away. Yes. Big pile of zombie. Oh, hang on. He's not quite out the door. I'll just waste all that ammo on nothing. There you go. Blow him away. Bye-bye. And then this guy is kind of going to join them. Yes. So there you go. Wonderful. So we can follow that guy. I think he looks like a member of STARS. There's some plants in this alleyway. We'll pick those up as we go along. Plants are for health, as they have been in previous games. You can combine them with each other, combine them with the different colours, have different coloured effects. Some are for poison relief and some are for other stuff. You'll figure it out as you go along. Now, I've got 68% of my bullets, so there we are. But yes, we've got interim music as well. We've got musical clues. We've got obviously all the sound effects for the gunfire and things like that, which are excellent. There's voice acting. And in true Resident Evil style, it's a bit pants, but it's there nonetheless. Oh, here we go, Mr. Shuffle Pants over here. We shot him once to get his attention. Now we can blow him away, make sure it's safe. There we go. Now, yes, the blood underneath them indicates that they have died completely, and that it's safe now to walk over them. Because if they haven't got the red splotch underneath them, it means that they'll grab you if you try and run past. There you are. But yeah, the sound's great, and the new atmospherics are very, very cool. Really nicely adds to the game a lot. Look at the lighting from that lampshade as well. From that lamp on the wall. That works really quite nicely. The ever-present threat of the Nemesis as well. You don't meet him until a little bit later in the game, but once you've met him once, he doesn't leave you alone. So that's an ever-constant threat, which adds to your game experience as well. I won't tell you when you meet him, but it's not too far into the game. So you want to be looking around for everything, clues, items, whatever you can find. All these different doors are most of them are able to be pushed open and gone through. Now the controls are fairly simple on this one. So the left stick, analog stick, will move your character around the screen. And then your buttons, square will run you around. If you hold down square, you'll burst into a run like this. And then X and your shoulder buttons, because that's your aiming button there on the shoulders. There you go, he's crawling now. I've got to shoot him when he's on the floor. You can aim your gun up and down, which gives you a little bit more control. Then you press X and you'll shoot. You've got a map button, inventory button, and a settings button. Pretty simple, really. Everything works as it should, and it's fairly intuitive as well. It works. It's just sometimes it has a mind of its own. But that's always been a thing with the Resident Evil games. They've always had that sort of touchy control system. There you go. Here you go. I've just pressed the left shoulder button there, and it's brought up that in-game menu. So yeah, hitting triangle will bring up that menu, which is what I was trying to find in the first place. So there you go. So the gameplay is absolutely fantastic. It's a Resident Evil game. You know what to expect from Resi Evil if you've played before. Obviously, if you are starting, I would suggest starting from the start, not from number 3. Just so you can get the storyline and you get all that, because otherwise you're kind of jumping in at the wrong one. They are very story-driven games, and if you haven't played the others, it's not going to make much sense to you as to what's going on. But if you do decide to do it, it's not a bad one to start with either, to be fair. But there you go. Completely up to you. The replay value is, of course, there. It's a huge game, so you've got a lot to do and a lot to see, and a lot to get on with. So, you know, you can save your game at any point. You've got infinite ink ribbons this time round, which is nice. They only gave you limited ones before, but now you can save it as many times as you like, which is quite nice. Now, again, I don't know whether that's because I'm on easy difficulty or whether it's part of the game now. Maybe on advanced or hard or whatever it is. Maybe you only get a limited amount of ink ribbons. I don't know. Maybe that's something else for you guys to fill me in with the comments. But there you go. But all in all, this is a cracking game, and I think it's one that a lot of you Resident Evil fans will enjoy. Even if you haven't played a Resident Evil game before, this game should appeal to you. It is very well done. Obviously, it's by Capcom. They can really do no wrong, that lot. Apart from the launch of Street Fighter V, that was a bit pants, but they fixed it eventually. Anyway, that's about it from me. I hope to see you again soon, and we will cover something else for you to look at. But until next time, my friends, you keep it retro, and as usual, well, it's bye for now. Bye-bye.
stranger, I know why you're here. You remember games from the yesteryear, games with pixels and that bleep bloop sound, but boy, they were the very best games in town. We light up the night, neon dreams in our eyes, arcade machines whispering low, pixelated worlds where we all come alive, level up high, let the good times flow. Joystick in hand, we're reliving the past, high scores and laughter, we're making it last. With every coin drop, we're forging a bond, in this pixel paradise will always respond. Welcome to the Retro Gaming Club, where the 8-bit dreams never fade away. Gaming to the beat of our favorite tunes, let's play till the dawn, we'll never lose. Neon lights shining, we're lost in the glow, in the Retro Gaming Club. Let's go, let's go. Flashback to battles, we'll play side by side, power-ups and hearts, love in disguise. We'll race through the levels, collect all the coins, in this timeless adventure we're waiting to join. Crashing 8-bit beats, igniting the night, from pixels to dreams we'll take flight. With every button pressed, our spirits ignite, in this retro wonderland everything feels right. Welcome to the Retro